Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and today I'm coming to do a book review, and I will be reviewing In Calabria by Peter S. Beagle. I received this as an e-arc from NetGalley in exchange for an honest review. This story follows Claudio Bianchi. Almost forgot his last name. He is an older gentleman who lives on his own on his farm in the mountains in Calabria and has enjoyed or is enjoying his life of solitude. He does what he needs to do around his farm to take care of his animals and to get crop to sell to buyers who take the crop into the city and make their profit. His world is flipped on its head when he has what is called in the synopsis on Goodreads a mysterious guest. The cover of the book has a unicorn on it. A unicorn shows up on his farm, and his world is flipped upside down on its head as a result of that. I enjoyed having a unicorn placed in today's world. And at first I was like, why does this have to happen in Sicily? Why could it not have happened in an area that's not necessarily so remote? But as the story goes along, you kind of see what happens when word gets out that there is this unicorn on his farm, and you have the growing crowds that come to attempt to see the unicorn, to hunt the unicorn, and there's so much that takes place, and it's really such a change for him in his life, as having to be personable and talk to these people, because he's really set himself apart from society. The only person that he communicates with on a consistent basis is his mail courier, who ends up changing part as you get into the story to the mail courier's sister. And then there's this whole May-December situation that goes on between the two of them that I want to say I had an issue with, but that also kind of goes towards the development that Claudio has in this short period of time in dealing with not only people, but in dealing with the unicorn as well. I will say I like the way that the story is written. It's really more of a novella. It's supposed to be 176 pages. I just looked it up. Scroll to it on Goodreads. And so it's more of a novella in length. I read it over the course of 2 evenings. And one of those evenings I was super sick and fell asleep without even knowing it. So it's not something that's going to take you a long time to read, but you do get into it. I found myself appreciating more the relationship between Claudio and the unicorn, and how that develops and changes as time goes on in the novel, and how he instinctively, that might not be a word, knows some of the things that the unicorn is thinking, or knows where the unicorn is as the story goes, as the story moves along, because they've developed a connection between the two of each other, between themselves. I love unicorns. If you don't know, I have a tattoo of a unicorn. I have a collection of unicorns downstairs. So I really wanted to read this, to see the mythology of the unicorn placed in the modern day society. And I think it did a good job of doing that, especially taking into account that this was a character who has purposely secluded himself from society, because he does not see himself to be somebody who is personable, who's nice, who other people should want to get to know. And so to have the relationship that goes on between himself and the unicorn, as well as himself and Giovanna, the mail courier's sister, as the story progresses, and you see the subtle changes in him, but yet some of the stubbornness as well. I enjoyed that. So yeah, if you're interested in reading it, it will be released on the 14th of February. If you're interested in reading it, I would definitely suggest doing so. It's a nice little story. I have yet to read the Last Unicorn. I've seen the movie a dozen is a gross understatement. I've seen the movie tons of times, but I do own the book. I just haven't read it yet. And so, yeah, that's all that I have for this review. I hope that made some sense to you. If you like what you saw, give this a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. Peace out.